Oh, yes. Hello there, family, and welcome back to this channel where we discuss all matters to do with family. And today I'm happy to wish you a joyful International Family Day. Every May the 15th is International Family Day. So, have you called your grandmother? Have you remembered to send a gift to your family? Have you arranged a holiday? Or have you arranged a picnic? Or are you going out to dinner with your family? So make arrangements and make sure you enjoy and utilize this family day to bond with your family and to create these amazing memories. So, once again, today we're going to be discussing something very interesting. We're going to be tackling part two of our parenting series. So, we're discussing parenting grown up children, parenting your children who are above the legal age. So, we discussed challenges in that previous video. So, if you have not watched that video, make sure you go and check it out. The challenges of parenting grown up children. Um, Maintaining that relationship between you and your children who are already grown up, who already have their own families. Make sure you go and watch part one of this series of parenting adult children. And today we're going to be tackling part two of the parenting of grown up children. And part two is all about the solutions. So we looked at majorly four challenges. Number one was the generational differences, like which means that what used to make sense maybe 10 years ago or when you were growing up is probably viewed differently with every different generation. So how to cope with that, we're going to see. Then the feeling of loss of control, because the children are above legal age, you no longer have any control over them. You don't dictate what they do. So it always feels that there is loss of control of the parenting process. It's them who are now in control. They choose whether they would like you to be in their life or not, and they choose how they want to be parented by you. So there is usually that feeling. And number three was loss of attention and love, since most of their attention and love shifts to their career, to their new family, like spouse and children. So there is usually a feeling of loss of attention and love. And number four was the loss of relevance in society, because we looked at the fact that at the age when you have grown up children, you're probably quite old yourself and maybe elderly, and you are probably retired. So you feel like you are losing and losing over and over. Probably you've lost your job due to retirement, you've lost responsibility of parenting, you probably have an empty nest, you've probably lost many of your colleagues, because at this age, people start, um, passing on or very sickly, or, and sometimes you've even lost your spouse. So you feel that you have loss after loss. So we're going to see how to go about this when you are parenting your grown up children, so that you maintain a healthy relationship with your adult children. Let's dive in. So, number one, and very important, is keeping an open mind. When you keep an open mind about new generations, about Gen Zs, I mean, you get to understand maybe why they're living the way they live, or why what you think makes sense does not make sense to them. So you must keep an open mind and a knowledge seeking behavior, so that you try to read about new technologies, new ideas, new philosophies, so that you get to understand why the new generations are living the way they live. Or maybe you could try to be a little bit more embracing of their lifestyle, of their thought processes, and their ideologies of how life should be lived. So this prevents any conflict of ideology, of dress codes, relationships. You know that the world is changing very fast. So what maybe used to make sense 10 years ago does not make sense right now. And maybe how you used to live your life in your days is no longer applicable in the newer generation. So it's okay to keep an open mind, and it's advisable to keep keep up with the world, keep up with the new technology, keep up with the news, keep up with the advancements in ideology, so that you do not have a lot of friction with the newer generations. This maintains a healthier relationship with your children, who might not be living their lives the way you would wish them to be because of differences in generational ideology. So, number two is reaching out to them intermittently. So this is all about keeping the communication channels open. So I'm not saying that you be so clingy on your children, like calling every minute or every day. So, and there is no like right timeline that we can say that, okay, you're supposed to call your children every week or every month or twice a week or twice a month. Like, this all depends on how strong your relationship has been, or how close your relationship has been with your children as they were growing up. There are some children who be like, I don't spend a day without talking to my mother or my father. It's also okay. There are some children who be like, okay, I'll reach out twice in a week or once a week. I'll make arrange a visit, maybe every quarter once or once a year. So it's all there is no specifications of timeline, but it's okay to keep it's advisable actually to keep the communication channels open, so that your children can always reach out to you and you respond with love. And you can also reach out intermittently depending on your relationship or how frequent your communication has been as they were growing up. So, like, you can make phone calls maybe once a week or twice a week to check on how they're doing. And you can also arrange visits or invite them to come and visit you during family holidays, Christmas, Easter, or whatever it is, Eid. So you maintain all this relationship between you and your children, even when they are grown up. So that's about communication and keeping in touch with them. And number three is about um, embracing the new family of your grown-up children. When your children grow up, definitely they are getting family of their own. That's if they wish to. They probably have got a spouse. They have children of their own. So what usually happens in my community setting is that there usually friction between the new family or the new spouse and then the parent, because probably what we have discussed among the challenges, the loss of love and attention, and sometimes there is a lot of financial implications with that. Like, maybe like we said, that most parents have children with this mindset that my children will be helping me financially when they grow up, or that I'll have to be dependent on their finances. So it's usually advisable that as a parent you have a retirement plan, okay, so that you're not so financially dependent on these children. If they are supporting you, that's well and good. If they are having challenges of their own and they are not inclined to support you financially, so that you have a plan of your own, and this will not cause any friction between you and your grown-up children. If you do not have a retirement plan of what your source of income shall be, of what your health plan shall be, it is going to cause quite a friction. So, have you drawn your retirement plan? Do you have a plan? What happens if you have a chronic illness? Do you have health insurance? Do you have a passive source of income which can support you when you do not have any, when you're in your retirement or you have lost your job? So, these are things you need to think about as you age, so that you do not create all this friction, because you are yearning for financial assistance from your children, who by this time probably have a lot of responsibilities of their own, like paying school fees for their children, constructing houses for their family. So this is something that you need to think about, embracing the spouse of your children and your grandchildren, that is the children of your children. So this is like, do you offer to babysit maybe when they are going on holiday with their spouse? Do you invite them over as a family for holidays? Do you also go and participate in the family gatherings like birthdays for your grandchildren? You buy gifts. You be the the joyful granny that these children need to have. So this will keep these family dynamics very peaceful, very joyful. So it prevents a lot of friction when you have your own resources and your own activities, and you have embraced their new family, so that what do you love who your children love. You don't have to be so judgmental about their choice of spouse. These are grown up people, they have made this choice, so they have freedom to make a choice of who they want to be with, who they want to marry, how many children they want to have. You don't have to be so. You can advise, of course, but it's okay if they take your advice or they reject it. You don't have to create friction because they have not married who you wanted them to marry, or who you wish them to marry, or they have not lived their adult life the way you wish them to be. So, this is one of the important solutions to parenting grown up children. Number four, and lastly, is community engagement. As you age, there is this feeling of loss of relevance in community. You don't have a job anymore. You are probably not contributing so much to society, to the workforce, to the political scene and all that. So it is useful at this time to embrace community engagement. You participate in community activities like charity, environmental, clubs and all that. Find a circle, find a new circle, find a new family. Like, you can engage in church activities of your denomination, like to participate more, get leadership positions in your church or your mosque, or whatever religious affiliations you are inclined to. So this gives you purpose, new responsibilities, so that your time is occupied and you have new friends, you meet new people. So you have all these discussions and a new circle of friends, even when you have lost your partner or your children are busy. So you have things to keep you busy, so you don't feel so lonely and irrelevant. So, what are some of the activities you can take up at this time? Leadership in religious organizations. You could take up leadership in political circles. You can become a local leader in your community, a mayor, or a. There are some positions that do not have age limits, or even there are some positions that require older age, like councils for the elderly at the district service commission. So, some of these things you can take up. These are positions you can try to seek out for, to give you meaning, to give meaning to your life, and to give you some responsibilities to occupy your time, to devote your time to. You can also embrace some health plan, like a workout plan, dietary plan, and then you can have these new friends you're meeting in these circles. You can join a club, like Rotary Club, Lions Club, charity clubs where you have events, you have coordination activities. So it occupies your time and prevents this feeling of irrelevance in community. So thank you so much for watching this video, and share it with your family, share it with your friends, subscribe, like, and comment. Let me know what you would like to know about the family. Write in the comment section what you want us to discuss, what you want us to talk about in line with the issue of family, whatever it is: marriage, parenting, relationships, whatever it is. Just tell me what you want to hear about it, and we'll definitely make a video about it. So stay blessed, and bye bye.